Hello and welcome. This is Michele Christensen of OneNote Worthy Life, and this is a plan with me for April and May of 2021. I'm filming in OneNote for Windows 10, and I'm going to walk you through how I evaluate the past month's goals and set new goals for the upcoming month. I've combined April and May because April was going to go out really late, and so it just kind of made sense to combine them. And you'll see that I've already done this process, and I film it after I've done the reflection, the planning, the goal setting, so that I can give you a really concise overview. And you'll also see that I don't really use any OneNote tips or tricks in this, so there's not much to show in the way of OneNote tutorial type material. So let's get into it. Since this is an April and May plan with me, the first thing I start with is reviewing the prior month, which is actually going all the way back to March. So this is my March goals for OneNote Worthy Life, which is my YouTube channel and sort of my general business umbrella. And the first thing I do is review those goals, and then I set new goals for the upcoming month. So the first goal I had for March was to follow my editorial schedule, and I've been working on this for a while, but I did actually really good on this in March, and I decided that I was going to just try and get one more good month and then move on and kind of call that done. The other thing I wanted to do in March was to work on my Amazon shop. So this is kind of a new project that I'm working on, and I'm not selling any of my own products or merchandise. This is just an Amazon storefront through the Amazon affiliate program. So I did get started on that. So yeah, very pleased with having gotten started on that. One of the first things I had to do on that was to kind of scope it out to see like what needs to be done, how do you get your shop, how do you set it up, what are the legal disclosures and all that. So I had to kind of scope it first, and so I've done that. I've done a kind of a project plan and everything that needs to be done. So that was definitely a really good start. So next are my March personal goals. So the first thing I start with is a calorie goal, and you may already know that I have been working on dropping some extra weight for a while, so I do start with a calorie goal each month. And I didn't quite hit this in March, but I did drop some weight, so I feel good about that, and I'm going to go up to 310 for the month of April. So back in March, we had this project. We've had this sewer repair that needed to be done for several years now, and I had this goal of getting it done, and we had a contract signed in November, and we were just waiting on the contractor. So this is finally done, and it's completely done. It's totally done. It's such a relief. I'll talk more about that in a minute. I also wanted to continue reading Getting Things Done. That's the book by David Allen, called Getting Things Done, and I've been spending 15 minutes a day for months now, actually, either reading or implementing it, and it's going so amazing. It's really, really helping me to just feel more organized and feel more on top of things, and I'm just loving it. It's amazing. So then I have this page called What Else, and this is just where I jot down anything else that kind of came up, anything that made the month different, anything unexpected, whatever. So the first item has to do with the Take Note chat. That's my live stream series here on the channel where I bring in other OneNote users to present a OneNote related topic on, maybe it's an interesting way they use it or a feature that maybe isn't talked about much. And I had this thought that I need a kind of a ongoing reach out plan for guests. And so maybe I would set up a page for each guest with like the dates and what we talked about and when I need to follow up with them. And speaking of that, if you know someone who would make a great speaker who has something interesting to say about how they use OneNote, there's a link to the speaker information page in the description of this video. So send them there. That would be awesome. And if you yourself would like to be a guest on the channel, if you think you'd be a great speaker, you can visit that yourself. So the next thing I look at is, if you hear drinking, that's my dog in the background. This is my March annual plan. This is what I thought I would be doing in March when I set up the year at the beginning of the year. And the only thing I had going on is my dog's license was due in March, so we got that taken care of. And then finally, here is a March calendar. And if you've never seen this before, I don't use this. Obviously, you can tell I don't use it for appointments or anything like that. What I do is I write down one good thing that happened each day. And I just love this. It gives me like kind of like concrete proof that good things are happening every day. So I love it. And yeah, that's it for March. So I'm going to go through April's goals and review in one step, just to keep this a little bit shorter. So this is April's goals for One Noteworthy Life. First goal was to follow that editorial schedule. I had an unexpectedly hard month, and I did pretty good on this. Like, was looking at it, I was trying to stay on top of it, but a lot of it didn't go to plan. So I'm not sure how I'm, if I want to do that again or what. Then the next thing was to work on my Amazon shop. I made a lot of progress on this. As I mentioned, I've gotten the steps laid out. I've been working through them, and I want to finish the plan and look toward launching the shop in the near future. So then I have my April personal goals. I had a calorie average. I wanted to undereat by about 310 calories a day, and I missed this by just a little bit, but it was mainly due to the last few days of the month. I had some unexpected high-calorie meals, so I feel like that was a win, and I did drop a little bit of weight, so I'm feeling good about that. I'm going to bump that up a little bit for May. I want to continue reading, getting things done for 15 minutes a day, and still doing great on this, and I'm just going to keep doing this as long as it takes me to get through the whole book, to get my system sorted, and as long as I'm getting benefit from it, which I really am. And it's really changing my outlook, which is awesome. So the third personal goal for April was to continue moving forward with our security system. My husband and I have been building out a custom security system in our house. We do a lot of work ourselves and stuff. So this has been something we've been working on for a while in bits and pieces, and I think the reason I put it on the April goals page was that we want to get it to a point where we can kind of see the end in sight. Like, we've been adding each piece one at a time, but I'd like to get it to a point soon where I can see the end, and we don't quite have that yet. So then my April what else section. So April, as I mentioned, was a surprisingly hard month for me. It's just kind of a really strange time. Like, I live in the LA area, which was hit really hard by COVID, and everything's kind of opening back up again, but not really, and people are still kind of unsure what's going on and whatnot. So, yeah, it was just like I feel a little bit fuzzy and ungrounded and unoriented and a little bit of trouble getting back to normal. But, it's fine. It'll be better over time. The next thing is I'm starting to see some great progress in my getting things done implementation toward, quote, stress-free productivity, unquote. And that's kind of the promise of the book, is stress-free productivity. And it's really great. And I just can't believe, this is my third time reading it. I've been following these principles for, I think, more than a decade, and there's still so much to learn. So it's just been great. I've been really loving it and really looking forward to those 15 minutes every day. So then I have my April annual plan, and the only thing I had on my plan was the U.S. tax deadline usually comes in April, but generously the government extended that to May, so I took full advantage of that. And then I have my April calendar all filled in with all the good things that happened. And even in a weird month like that, I was able to find something good each day. So now I'm just going to do a quick run through of May's setup, since we have already talked about most of the things I'm going to mention for May. So these are my goals for One Noteworthy Life. I'm going to follow my editorial schedule. I'm going to work on my Amazon shop, and I have kind of a stretch goal of, by the end of the month, to have the shop done and ready to launch, and to do the launch maybe in June or over the next few months. So we'll see if I get there or not. I also want to start brainstorming some videos on getting things done. I had wanted to do this, and I've gotten pretty far into my efforts now. I've been working on it for a few months, so I wanted to start the brainstorming process of what ideas came to me, what I've done, what I've learned, before I got too far into it and kind of forgot what came early on. So that's something I wanted to start doing, is lining up the topics for those videos. Then my May personal goals, as I mentioned, calorie goal is to undereat by 320 calories a day. Second goal is to continue reading, getting things done for 15 minutes a day. That's either reading or implementing. And then finally is to continue moving the security system ahead. My May annual plan only has one thing on it, which was to get that tax return done. And then, of course, I need a May calendar, which will be filled in as the month unfolds. So that's it. May is all set up. And as I always do at the end of these videos, I want to take the time to encourage you to start or perhaps experiment with your own goal setting process. Doing this short, simple process every month has helped me to accomplish so much since I started doing it. Start really small and simple, and remember that your system doesn't have to look like anyone else's. So if you have any questions or comments or something you want to see in more detail, leave a comment on this video and I will do my best to answer you. If you want to see more videos like this, as well as OneNote tutorials and live streams with other OneNote users, please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and let me know you like this by hitting the thumbs up button. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.